Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's go. You ready?
Who the Hell Knows podcast.
What is up, motherfuckers? This is the Who the Hell Knows podcast. It's Wednesday, October 9th, 2019. It's fucking Wednesday today. Wow. My name's Bubba. How you guys doing? This is my lovely co-host. I said it again. God damn it. My lovely co-hosts, Wally. We got motherfucking Wally in the house. We got our little one,
Our child.
we got our little young slut nut ass motherfucking fucking hoe slut nut. I don't know. I forgot what we were doing. Chikilean. You guys know him as Chikilean. Mr. Jingles on Instagram. We got so many aliases in this motherfucker. You don't even know who we really are. But it's all good.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, because he doesn't have to be one thing. He can change all the time, you know? That's cool.
Yeah.
You have an advantage.
Yeah, dude, I can become anybody I want.
Hell yeah. If you guys, happen to find me through my Instagram, you know me as Dirty Dan. What's up, motherfucker? No, I was kidding. Nobody knows me as that. But
What's up, Bubba? How was your weekend?
I was good, man. What did I even fucking do this weekend? Just chilling. Watching fucking football, I'm sure. Yeah, it's pretty boring, actually.
How about you, Wally? How you been? How was your weekend?
Good. My weekend was chilling.
Yeah.
Saw some fights. Saw some WWE Hell in a Cell, which
shit.
It was cool. It was all right.
Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, it was all right. I got the WWE Network now, so that's kind of cool. Now I can watch all the pay-per-views for free and shit. So.
What do you like about it? Like
What?
wrestling. Like
Everything. I love everything about it. I love the nostalgia, Like, it brings me back and shit. I don't know, it's just a part of me now. It's cool. I kind of...
does the story still suck? Like the
Oh,
story?
yeah, no, I don't follow it for, the storylines.
Yeah, what it used to be, like...
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe fucking The Undertaker almost
Kill Stone Cold or whatever.
choked Stephanie McMahon or some shit, or I can't believe Vince McMahon fucking filled somebody's car, or Stone Cold's filled Vince McMahon's car with fucking
beer.
Yeah, with beer, and then there was one where he filled it with cement, isn't there?
Yeah, dude, honestly, I don't remember when I realized that it was all a work.
Set up, yeah.
I don't remember. If I try and think back, I don't remember when I knew. But when it kind of started to blur the line.
But you always had people telling you, oh, that's fake. That shit's fake.
No, dude.
Even when you're a kid, they're like,
Yeah.
dude, I know, but I'm a fucking kid, okay?
Dude, when I was a kid, I thought that shit was real.
Yeah, me too, for a little bit.
I was like, holy fuck, dude.
For a little
Kids
while.
make fun of me. You know that shit is fake, right? I'm like, no, it's real. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I was into it. I guess once you're a little kid and you have one of your, I don't know, heroes, and...
I mean, it's definitely real. If you look at it when you're watching it, they're definitely slamming each other and shit. There's blood. People are being cut. Whether
a lot of it's choreographed.
Yeah,
you notice that, but
whether they cut themselves or they actually sometimes get busted on accident, like the blood. Sometimes it's a lot of the times it is actual because it's coming out of somebody. So
yeah. So I have a question.
It's definitely real.
What exactly? And I know none of us here are pro wrestlers or anything, but what does it take for a professional wrestler to make it to the WWE? Is it how smooth you make everything look? Because I've been to a wrestling match live, and
We all
you
have.
can tell sometimes when there's like you're like, okay, that he was supposed to do that at that time, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like he stopped and then that like it didn't go together. Like the guy stopped because the other guy was supposed to slap him or some shit, and like I don't know. You just notice and you're like, all right, that wasn't very smooth. That really looked fake. You know what I mean? Like.
Right.
You understand what I'm getting at?
No, yeah.
Like, what I'm asking?
No,
Like,
I know exactly what you're asking, but I don't.
Like, what do you think it takes for somebody to get? Well, what's the lower, like the minor leagues of?
Well, there's a lot of indies. What they call them the indies, which is independents. There's all sorts of independent promotions throughout everywhere in the United States. Like a lot.
I think that's the beauty of it too. Like, because people love wrestling so much, they're like, I don't need to watch WWF, dude. I can go watch this shit, you know, and this local wrestling or whatever, you know, like.
Basically, the whole world knows what WWE is now.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. That's why people want, because it's like
That's
the
why they
NFL.
want to get to that stage.
Yeah, because you get the most exposure. I feel like.
I heard in the podcast like it beats football, it beats MMA. Like that, everybody knows WWE.
Yeah.
Because people that play different sports, they go to one of these WWE events, and it's crazy. The people who work on the story, they put them in. It's like, all right, you're our guest. Let's put you a story. I don't know, get you involved. I don't know, just for the excitement of the people.
Yeah.
When I went to actually us three, I remember we went to Boyle Heights.
Oh yeah.
It was great. I know it wasn't WWE, but Lucha Underground, fuck.
That
But-
shit.
I like how it was like right there. Everything was right there. If you're a big fan of it, your fucking favorite wrestler is gonna walk right by you at some point, depending on where you're at. You know what I mean? But like you're really likely to meet somebody who you idolize.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? If you're a little kid or some shit, you know.
I was talking smack, dude. I remember he was watching it, and then I'm like, what are you watching? Because they have a wrestler that looks like Iron Man. A little short little wrestler.
Aerostar.
And
Shout out. He still wrestles.
there's a moment of the part of the show that he flies, like he goes away. And that kind of made me laugh. But I guess it's part of the story. We got Doug Solo playing around.
Sorry, dude.
Definitely not good.
Well, that ain't good.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, motherfuckers. Sorry about that. The dog knocked the damn light over. The lighting's messed up now and looks different. Sorry, I didn't feel like fucking redoing it, all right? Woo! No, it was good. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream. So we were talking about Aerostar, right?
I showed up.
The Iron Man looking.
I showed up at the house. Walter was watching some wrestling show. I was watching it for like few minutes, and then I just looked at him. I'm like, "What are you watching, dude? Why is there why is there a guy dressed like Iron Man flying?" But I don't know. After that, the story was over. Now they showed the real wrestling match. So it was Aerostar, that little guy, versus some other wrestler. And I'm like, okay. And I saw them wrestling together. And then I kind of just sat down slowly. Just like, oh, okay. It's getting pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And that's when I can't judge and talk shit. Yeah, the video is kind of stupid, but the wrestling's fucking great. I don't know how. I don't remember how we went to Boyle Heights. How we got free fucking tickets.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It was.
All you have to do is call them, tell them how many people you're bringing. And I had fun.
You know, there's a lot of things that do that. A lot of shows that are televised do that, so they can fill the seats, so it doesn't look so dead on TV. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how we got the tickets, because
Yeah.
Lucha Underground was special, man. Lucha Underground was supposed to be a TV show
Yeah.
that happened to have wrestling in it, if that makes sense. It's like a comic book or something with wrestling in it. Game of Thrones with wrestling in it.
Oh wow.
Instead of, the whole thing was supposed to be about 7 tribes. That's why they got the 7 medallions. So it's all fantasy. When you saw Aerostar like flying away and shit, well, it's like, well, yeah, because you're supposed to make believe that he's not from this planet and he goes back in time. Like in Lucha Underground, they had ridiculous shit where like people killed people, or like they had special powers, or random things. Drago was a dragon, and like he would make like you would hear a dragon and shit. It's make believe.
Yeah.
The production value wasn't the greatest. Like the effects weren't awesome,
Damn.
because it was something new. I don't know. Maybe they were trying it out. I think they focused more on the wrestling aspect than actually the story. But the story, if you actually make believe or went with it, fuck it, it was kind of interesting. But the wrestling's what stood out to me, and that's what caught my attention initially, because I was like, oh fuck, I haven't seen good wrestling in a while at that time. That's why I stopped watching WWF, whatever, because the wrestling declined, and I wasn't into that. I don't care about the story really, because the story also declined. But that's how Lucha Underground caught me, and it was awesome. So when we got the tickets for free, it's because it was a TV show.
Yeah.
Initially, they had trouble filling that place. I've even heard, I think on interviews, them say like, "Oh, we had family members and stuff. It's like we had trouble getting people in here." At the end of it, good luck getting tickets, because it was free, and the word spread out, and there's people that were there all the time. I don't know how they
celebrities were there.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
no.
I've seen some.
Well, what I meant was like, there's certain people that were there all the time, which maybe they started going from the beginning and they got grandfathered in and always got the tickets, because we weren't lucky enough to always get the tickets, But that's why when we went, sometimes we didn't know what was going on, or there was a new wrestler, because the first season started airing and we were going to tapings to the second season, and we hadn't caught up to the storyline. So. But it didn't matter, because when you went to watch it live, it's just a live spectacle. It's just fucking live wrestling, which was great. And initially I heard people like Jim Cornette. I don't know if you know who Jim Cornette is. He's a big, I think he owned WCW or something. He was part owner or something. Anyways, he was saying like, oh, it's bullshit, it's choreographed and shit. And I'm like, dude, it's not. Because we were lucky enough to go watch it live, and if they botched the move or something went wrong, they didn't stop and redo it.
Yeah.
It was like a match. Because
yeah.
That's how it was. Yeah. But this is the beautiful thing about it being a TV show. They just probably wouldn't air that match, and then they redid that match on another time, and you never even knew. We never even knew. Wow. Some of the matches that we watched were special to the point where like nobody will ever see that match ever again, because it's what's called a dark match. We saw it there and we're like, oh fuck yeah, Lucha Underground, but they never televised that match.
Oh wow, okay.
Because we saw Ricochet, which at the time, who's King Ricochet now, he's Ricochet on WWE. Prince Puma, he wrestled with his girlfriend Tessa Blanchard, but she was never part of Lucha Underground. That was like a special thing they let him do. It was cool, dude. We got to see cool things. We got to see things that nobody has ever seen or will ever see.
Dude, you know what was the best time for me?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably didn't even know that part about it, right? But yeah, there's some shit that...
I remember the first time I've ever seen Rey Mysterio in person was there. And he like walked right past me. And dude, this motherfucker was way smaller than I thought he was.
Like Caesar, huh?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And it was pretty nice.
But he was like fucking...
Dude, when I went by myself, that was great.
Yeah.
That was fucking great. That was like the best time. Honestly, fuck, that best time out of my life.
Really? Yeah. That was one of the best days of your life?
Yeah, dude. Think about it. You went to a wrestling event in Boyle Heights. It doesn't matter if it's ghetto and shit, and the place is inside of a building factory, whatever. Like,
it was like in a warehouse, and you say it's ghetto because it looked ghetto, like it's like down these.
It's just really old, dude.
Yeah.
But when you got there, weren't people? Oh, they were all awesome. I
felt good vibes. Like there was it was right next to an art studio, so there was a bunch of art all over the wall. So I felt safe. I'm like, all right, cool. Everybody's here. I got there. Like I was so excited because like, dude, I wish they can go. Like I don't know why, I forgot. Maybe a soccer game or event. A concert. You guys went to a concert. That's why you guys couldn't go. And I went by myself, and it was cool. It was cool, dude. I had money saved up. I had weed. I had no pipe. I had an apple. So there's a video of me on Instagram just saying, "This is fun. I'm smoking a ball." And then there was during the wrestling matches, it was kind of boring. So it's like, this is a perfect time to go to the restroom. You see wrestlers or girl wrestlers walking by. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember seeing that too. You see someone walk out, and you're like, wow. That's probably a wrestler right there, 'Cause I was new to it. I didn't really know any of the wrestlers that were in it. You know what I mean? And then I was just like, you see people there, and you're like, that guy's fucking huge, dude. Like, and then he was in like a couple of the matches. Like,
Dude, I shook.
I'm talking about Brian Cage for.
Oh, Brian Cage.
He's the one that I was thinking of when I first saw him. I was like, wow, dude, that guy's fucking huge. I mean, you're like, that's Brian Cage. And I was like, oh, he's gonna wrestle? Like, yeah. I was like, oh wow, that's fucking badass,
Dude, Paul London. I shook Paul London's hand. Chavo Guerrero.
Oh, nice.
And Chavo Guerrero was like right there. And there was another wrestling ring which they practiced, and I saw him. I was like, oh shit. And he was like, what's up, buddy? And I just gave him a handshake. I didn't want to bug him because he was already talking to a guy. And it was kind of cool, dude. Really great experience going by myself. The best part about that, and we all agree, is the tacos right next to it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, man. Those are $1 tacos. They were worth it. Like, right after the wrestling event, we were just like, hey, let's get tacos. Every time. Doesn't matter.
Dude.
The best tacos are street tacos, too, man.
This whole wrestling thing, man, we were pretty lucky to see what we saw. Lucha Underground was a show that came up from like AAA, which is AAA in Mexico. So a lot of the luchadors there that were wrestling there, they got the opportunity to be on TV and to showcase things that, you know, maybe otherwise wouldn't have the exposure. You were going back to the what does WWE look for, man. A lot of these wrestlers now wrestle in AEW, like Pentagon, Phoenix, Jack Swagger, WWE. Let him go. He's wrestling in
This
AEW.
is a wrestling podcast today.
Yeah, Luchasaurus. Like a lot of these wrestlers, I think more than anything, they were able to be exposed, man. That's the thing. I think there's a lot of people with the internet and everything. There's so many goddamn good athletic people that can do wrestling, because a lot of it is being able to like when someone's trying to do something crazy, like you also helping them do it. It's not, it seems sometimes like it's just them. Like sometimes they do a clothesline and the guy like does a backflip. That guy has to kind of do that and be like pretend to be getting hit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Do wrestlers have to take steroids?
I don't know if they have to, but I'm sure they do. Some of
Like,
them
I know pretty sure they do, but like, is that like you guys have to? Do they have to take steroids? Is there a wrestler?
Probably not.
Is there a wrestler like?
Who has a fucking policy like that? Like, if you're gonna be a wrestler, you have to take your steroids.
No. But yeah, man.
Dude, a lot of people that I've talked to that are like really like have taken steroids at least once, dude. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Look at Brock Lesnar.
We're not trying to imply all wrestlers take steroids because we're
yeah.
talking about steroids now right after we talked about
No,
wrestling.
it just.
But that's just a fact that I remembered by him bringing steroids up, is that I've known a few people who were like fit and like, you know, and they told me that they've dabbled with steroids before, and I'm like, wow, that's fucking crazy, dude, because like steroids is like gone out of my, like that's not even something I even think about. Like, hey, nobody's ever offered me steroids.
It's like,
like,
flamingos or penguins.
People have offered me meth, coke, all kinds of shit, dude, but steroids, nobody's ever offered me steroids, dude.
Is that true that Hulk Hogan is coming back for one more match?
I don't think it's a match. He's doing like they're doing the Saudi Arabia thing, and they're doing like Team Hogan versus Team Flair. They're gonna pick five people here, 5 people there. It's just because they want to see Hulk Hogan. You know, he's a big attraction.
That's crazy. Can he still even like do it?
No, he's not gonna do anything. He's just gonna be there yelling at Ric Flair and shit. But
hey, if I was 20 years younger, man.
back to the wrestling thing real quick about what would get to WWE, a wrestler to WWE. I think it more than anything, it's their draw, man. If they can draw, it's all about money. That's why I think
if they can get the crowd to either love them or hate them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they're dynamic like The Rock, if they could be polarizing, you know, and people.
Yeah, one day everybody loves him, the next day he goes heel or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's just the live action. It's just wrestling's great, man. I don't know. When you went with us to go see Lucha Underground, you had fun. You know, it's fucking amazing. I highly doubt you can bring anyone to something like that and them not have a good time. Yeah. WWE, me and him went to a house show. That shit was fucking fun, right? You had a blast.
I had a blast, dude.
Because the wrestlers are there to entertain, and they love doing what they do, and they're allowed to do more stuff because they're not being televised. You get me?
It's basically, we went to kind of like Lucha Underground.
It's a house show. It's not being televised.
And it was great, dude. We saw it was right here on Ontario. We drove almost 25 miles, you know what I mean? And we had good seats. Great seats. All we had to turn our backs, and we saw the entrance was right there. It's on my Instagram. And dude, we saw wrestlers holy shit, I just saw her on YouTube a few days ago.
Nice.
And it's crazy because you see a father and his kids having a good time, and you get to know the father. It's hey man, how long you been in wrestling? He goes, for a long time, and I've been taking my kids to a bunch of events. I think he mentioned about driving
to Sacramento.
Yeah, for a wrestling event. And it's pretty interesting, and you see the little kids getting into it. They're screaming no, don't do it, Joe. There's a wrestler called Simone Joe, and that little girl was 3 or 4, just screaming out of her lungs, just she was into it. And I remember, I'm damn. And she turns around and she smiles. She smiles at me and Wally, and just to show us she's into it. It was great. Wrestlers were doing shit I never seen them they do on TV, and it was pretty great. I get it from some people. I get it. Wrestling, you know, they want to watch it. They want to like it. Jesus, the dogs. But what I was saying is, remember you get really pissed off, really mad. Hey, sorry guys, we're just being. It was kind of awkward moment. We're all quiet and we're all looking at the dogs.
These dogs, we're gonna have to do something about them. We can't continue like this. You know what I mean? Moving on.
What do you mean?
With them running around like idiots.
Well, they're just always fighting or wrestling around. It's we got a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
But
what I'm saying is remember.
I think Canelo learned his lesson.
You let him loose?
No, I think she bit she bit through the.
She's I got it, buddy. And I like the bond that they have, though. But
wow, that's literally what she was doing that whole time.
Yeah, I thought she was over there licking his ear.
No,
I was he got in trouble, and she's over there it's okay.
Collar. She was biting his collar off. That is crazy.
Wow.
She's something else, man. She's something else. Having dogs is a I learned.
You guys have 3 big dogs.
Yeah, I'm learning this the hard way, dude. It's dude, it's not just the having them. It's work. You need to put in work because, dude, it's work. Now I know why probably my mom never wanted to give us one.
We gotta put these dogs honestly right now in the room because it is annoying right now.
Cut it out, guys.
I wonder what people are thinking right now listening to this.
Oh, they're probably just there's a lot going on over there.
Yeah, and then, dude, people have dogs. People understand.
Oh, I know, but still,
I heard Dalia telling Butter, shut the fuck up, and he's yelling at his dogs as they're barking. Plenty of times. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm just
No, yeah, continue.
But yeah, what were we even talking about?
Wrestling, you remember being a kid, you were just your friends invite you to a pay-per-view and your friends come over and the last match will be Triple H versus The Rock for the WWF Championship.
Yeah.
And it's getting intense and you're whoa, you're just jumping out of the you get off the couch, my mom is making food for everybody and we order pizza or something, we're just having a good time and then The Rock wins, and out of nowhere, Stone Cold comes out, and Stone Cold will come out, and then like do his thing, flips off, and then he grabs a beer, and then next thing you know, he grabs another beer, gives it to The Rock, and like it's crazy because me and my friends, we look at each other like, yeah, high five. We give hugs to each other like, yeah, my God, The Rock, man, and Stone Cold, like.
Now I don't have to choose one.
Like when it was The Rock and Stone Cold together, it was like kind of cool because a lot of people. Then the very next day, when it's like Monday, we all go to school. I was so excited because I tell all my friends like, dude, did you see the match?
Yeah.
This is back then. Like I go to 7-Eleven or like any kind of supermarket store like Stater Brothers and get wrestling magazines and cut them out. Sometimes I got in trouble for cutting the pictures of the WWF divas. Yes, one of my teachers like, hey, you're not supposed to have that inside your folder. Take that out. And I think I had a Trish Stratus bending over. I don't know, like
she did Playboy, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. But that's what's so great about wrestling, man. And sometimes I do impression.
What's up, motherfuckers? We're back. Technical difficulties all day. Who the fuck cares? I mean, you guys aren't dealing with it. You guys, it's like constant for you. It's like boop boop. Oh, they're back. What happened? What? They're back.
No,
yeah,
like,
like,
it's like, what the fuck? All right.
But to us, it's like, fuck. Everything's fucked up now. You know what I mean? But anyways, I was saying, I was saying some shit about. I know. Yeah, I get really stressed about this shit because I just want it to be good. You know, like. You know?
Yeah, I know. People get stressed. People get real stressed.
But
with this sober October thing, sobriety thing, like, honestly, I could tell. Like, I don't know. I could see people and stuff. Well, just real quick, just to let motherfuckers know, I've been smoking because smoking's not a problem for me, or that's what I think. Or maybe it's more of a problem than I think because I can't stop smoking, but I haven't drank.
Yeah.
So
we all failed sober October, but some people are being stronger than others.
Yeah, I guess.
Some people being Wally. Everybody give him a round of applause right now. He's the only one that hasn't drank anything.
I have drank like those Heineken Zeros, no alcohol. You know, hasn't been that bad. It has not been that bad. I think the problem is drinking, and then I
found a beer in the trash.
Don't tell this story. Dude.
Why not?
You found a beer in the trash?
Well,
so I drank it. I needed one so bad.
It was just one can of Modelo, and it was like full. It was just like
and it was calling me from the trash.
It was just dirt. It was just dirty. You know what I mean? So I went to the restroom, wash it with a little bit of hand soap. You know, wash it more with hot water. Put it in the freezer. Like I said, just wait. And then my shift. And I said to myself, I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to just open it and just,
Does beer go bad, though? You couldn't have just saved it until November 1st?
No, I think beer does go bad. That's why they threw it away. That's why you find it in the trash sometimes.
So I'm like, somebody has to drink it. Somebody has to drink that beer. And I'm proud of Wally because he's I'd rather fail. Fuck it. But
fuck it, I want to fail.
Fuck it.
Were you craving a bear at the time?
No.
So why
I wasn't
drink
craving
it?
I drink it because like fuck it.
Did you forget?
No, I was just like I want some. I'm thirsty.
But no, that's a bullshit excuse because
there's
you
water.
found it. No, not only that, but you found it and you said I put it in the fridge. So you waited for it to get cold.
Oh hell yeah!
No, but so the thirsty thing's not a thing. Were you craving it? Were you
not craving it, like oh my god, I want to drink it so bad.
Bro, no one's saying that. All I'm saying is,
but like
you were craving it enough to be like, oh, I'm gonna drink this because I'm not.
But I said to myself, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna go to the gym. I've been going to the gym.
Okay, this guy completely
because it's easy it's easy for me to not drink. Last night when I went, it was my friend's birthday. We went to a bar. I didn't want to be at a bar just fucking sitting there, so I got a beer. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna justify it in any way, but I'm just saying I don't crave anything. I don't crave alcohol.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to do a sober October. If anything, for you, Dude, there's no reason for nobody to do so.
If anything, is the weed.
Yeah,
I should have
that's what I
stopped
was gonna say,
smoking,
yeah.
but then
That's
That's
what we were just saying before we started. Like, if anything, it's kind of like Lent. Like, you should have given up eating or some shit or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because that's the one thing I have a problem with is
Yeah.
eating. But no, I act like a bitch when I don't have weed, dude.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm like,
you
there's
don't-
obviously a problem.
Yeah, and you don't have a problem because you just drink that one beer. You haven't been drinking every goddamn day.
No,
So,
and I haven't bought beer.
So it's not- I think
that
that-
beer just got lucky.
to you, it would be the weed too. Maybe for all of us, it would be the weed because you get cranky without the weed. I could tell like the first days where you were really keeping up with it, and when you're not having weed, you're short. You're on a fuse.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
For
dude.
me, the alcohol is just. I think I'm just gonna kill myself if I keep drinking. Like, I'm slowly gonna give myself liver cancer or some shit or.
So it's like you
cirrhosis.
have to like
Stop because I can't.
something's got to give. you know?
Yeah. So, but like I just noticed like some people need it. Like I ran into an instance with my boss where like I don't know, like that guy you could tell needs to calm down a little bit sometimes. And I love him. I'm not saying like he needs to calm down, but like he's kind of
needs to take the edge off. or
dick
something.
sometimes. Yeah, like the other day a customer was doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and I told the customer, you can't be doing that here. But I made him aware of it, and I told him right now it's not a big deal because we're not that busy, so just letting you know for when it is busy. My boss sees him and goes, "Hey buddy." He starts with "Hey buddy." Like, to me that's kind of being condescending to somebody. So I'm just like, damn dude, you don't need to come that people. And my boss is not a dick, but the fact that he just started like, "Hey buddy," like I'm like, "Hey bro, I already."
So he's a businessman. He's not
yes,
customer service guy.
kind of, but that makes me think again. I'm like, man, I've always heard my whole life, like, to be successful, you kind of have to be a dick. I'm like, but fuck that, man. Like,
I mean, you don't have to be condescending or like,
or right to an extent. I don't know. That was kind of, and that was.
I feel like some people just talk like that though. They're just like, "Hey, buddy."
No,
Hey,
but
buddy.
not this time. Not this.
How
time.
you doing? Oh, thanks, buddy. I say that sometimes.
No,
Like,
but
I
he
say
was-
thanks,
he was
bud.
like-
I'm like, damn, that sounds like something my dad or my grandpa would say.
No, he was saying like, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing there?"
what
like,
you doing
yeah,
there, huh?
yeah.
You're not supposed to be doing that, huh?
And then, dude, just an example, and I don't want to throw anybody under the table or anything, but like, fuck, it's weird seeing other people react a certain way. Like his dad in particular. Like, I always hear him complaining about his dad rushing him or doing something, and then like I never see this, and like I feel like me too, man. Maybe we don't see it in ourselves, but sometimes we're short with our parents. Where we don't think about it because it's our parents, but like to me, I'm just like, dude,
people take their parents for granted.
yeah,
though,
dude,
Like,
because I know the relation, I know them both, and I know how they are. I'm like, man, you guys, if you guys did a little bit of mushrooms together, you would probably love your dad or appreciate him so much more. Because I don't know, I kind of feel like that because I'm like, dude, I don't have the greatest relationship with my parents. Like, we're not buddy, but I don't treat them like that. Or sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have more compassion for them now because, like, I know, like, they're just people, like, they're not, I don't see them, like, as perfect.
Yeah, you realize that when you grow up, when you start seeing things, like, you're like, wow, really? That happened? Like, my dad got a ticket, and I'm like, wow, my dad got a ticket? And it's like, yeah, your dad's been to jail, and you're, I'm like, what? And like, certain stories my dad's told me, and I'm like, wow, man, you're just like us, man.
You done
Because
fucked up too.
Because he's like this. I've always like looked up to my dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's always the greatest man I've ever known. Like, fucking everything, even the weed, growing weed. My dad grows weed, not professionally, but he grew it just for fun, like a hobby.
His
And
first year.
it's bomb, dude. Like, and I don't know. I'm just like, that just, he picks something up and he fucking does the greatest at it.
Yeah.
Like, and I fucking wish I could be like that. But when I hear stories, like when I fuck up or something, like recently, I wrecked his Dodge Ram. And I didn't wreck it. The lady ran into me. I don't know if we talked about that in a recent episode or like an episode in the past. But
Yeah.
that was something that happened within the past few years. And when that happened, I felt like shit, dude. Like, I was just like, wow. It wasn't even my truck. It was my dad's truck. The lady didn't yield at the green light. and made a left turn into an oncoming Dodge Ram 2500, which I am still fucking shocked. I'm like, are you serious? It was one of those like biggest are you serious moments in my life. Like, how do you fucking do that, dude? Like,
Yeah, distracted, huh?
I don't know. She was looking left, but she wasn't looking. I'm like, why aren't you looking? I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't even speeding or anything, but I couldn't stop in time. Crashed. I felt like shit. It was his truck, and they totaled it out, and that her insurance paid for it. He put money down on a new Toyota fucking Tundra. He likes that truck, I guess. But anyways, when I was feeling down about it because it was his truck, and I was just like, fuck, dude, like, I'm ashamed. Like, I felt like shit. And he was like, dude, he told me a story about when he was younger and he took my grandpa's truck up to the mountains or some shit. And he took it on this trail or some shit. And he fucking busted the bumper off. And the bumper was like, it was on the truck, but like half of it was sticking straight out.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, so he had to like take that home, and like fucking my grandpa was like, what the fuck happened to my truck? Like, woke him up in the morning, like, what happened to my truck? You know, like he had to go to work and shit. And that was just something I was like, wow, dude, like, and kind of brought him back down to my level. Even though I'll never be in the same level as him, because like he's just learned so much, and you know, he has that more of a go-getter attitude than I have. But like, it was just a trip to be like, wow, dude, so you've made mistakes too, and like, you know, things that you hear that happened to your parents in the past, and you're like, wow, dude, like,
Your grandfather passed away already?
yeah,
Damn, how?
fuck, he probably had everything.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't. He was a hard ass. He didn't take care of himself very well. He drank a lot. He put whiskey in his coffee, whiskey in his milk.
No.
Yeah, I'm not even lying, dude. Like, always drinking, always smoking, pipe, tobacco, cigarettes.
And you don't have that in you, huh? You don't crave alcohol. Like,
That's what I remember about him. I was a little kid when he was alive, so like I never.
you don't know how old he was when he passed?
He was like 74 or something like that.
Because your dad drinks a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, he kind of toned it down.
Really?
This last week. No, like seriously, like he'll get a 12-pack of beer, and then like it'll last like the whole week now. And like the whiskey, like my mom the other day, she was like, "Your dad only had one shot of whiskey this whole night." I'm so proud of him. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe when he gets to no shots, we'll like.
well, because you don't crave none of that, right?
No. And honestly, I think people that do are crazy, dude. Like, when you got fucked up that one night, I was just like, how does anybody want to be like that, dude? Because I remember being like that, like, really fucked up, and just like, you don't really remember much in the morning, and like, you know, maybe you threw up. That's the part that turns me off to it, is you feel sick and like,
Yeah.
and then, you know, eventually you start spinning and shit, and like, it's fun. You're like socializing, you feel loose, and like, you know, woo, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, you know how it is to get drunk. Like, I like that part. Like, when you got a good buzz going, but then when it goes too far, you took one too many shots, and you're like, all right, dude, I'm starting to fucking spin around. You got to, like, hold on to the grass to keep from falling off the earth. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't even know if I miss it.
That's the part I never understood, though. I'm like, well, how does anybody want to feel like that? I blacked out, like, one time drinking. And I never did that again, dude. Like, I never take it to that level again. I thought I was invincible. I was like, dude, I could drink as much as I want, dude. And like, I was drinking as much as I wanted, but I actually blacked out that time.
Well, the most important thing that you're not drinking.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, okay, real quick.
It really is, because you're saying it's really bad for your health, dude.
Yeah,
like,
that's the only thing I'm worried about too. I was like, dude, I don't want to go out like that. But
you're at the point to where it's not like, it's a problem, but it's not like, I've seen way worse. Like, you know how people are with drugs, where they're really dependent on the drugs? I've seen people like that on alcohol, dude. Like, if they don't have alcohol, they're like shaking.
yeah, we've seen people like that, huh? Homeless people more than anything.
Yeah, dude, like, that's bad, dude. You need to fucking not get to that point.
You don't miss getting drunk?
Not really. Listen, I'll be just.
You miss the taste of beer?
I just to get it over with. When I had that one can of Modelo,
From the trash.
yeah. When I was at my job,
I'm being a dick.
when I was at my job picking up trash, and then all of a sudden, just God dropped it off. You know.
Yeah. Hey, Caesar.
God,
In the
I would
trash.
think the devil because the devil's tempting you.
All right, so anyways-
if this is like a hypothetical, I don't think God.
But I didn't think about it until I
Put it in
remember.
the trash. Dude.
I didn't think about it until I remember. It's like, oh shit, I left something in the freezer and it was nice and cold, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna drink it. And there was a UFC fight that day, and I was like, should I get more beer? Like, and I tell these motherfuckers.
So this was like Saturday then. Huh?
Last week.
and you did good because you told me you were gonna drink that, then you didn't.
Yeah. And after that, listen, man, I know I smoke too, but I cut it down, to be honest. I'm not even, dude, I don't have any weed, and plus I'm not even smoking during the day. I get lucky somehow. A buddy, my other coworker, gave me some wax, which, hey, that saved me money. I ain't had to pay for it. He's been smoking me out with some stuff that he grew, which he only used water, which is, I'm really surprised because it does get me bloated. My eyes burn when I just smoke 2 bowls. I'm like, holy crap, I feel pretty good. Not bad. But the interesting thing that what I'm doing for my Sober October, that I'm challenging myself, I've been doing jiu-jitsu. I've been doing it for 3 days. I'm going tomorrow. I get off at 6. I asked permission if I could get off at 6. They say yeah, because class starts at 7. So I was like, that gives me time. You know what I mean? Go a little early, and just to challenge myself. And it's fun, dude. They treat you like family. I walk in there. I introduce myself. There's like there's a bucket with like soap and water. And it has a little piece of carpet, so you have to put your feet there, and then once you get out, there's a towel on the floor. You just wipe your feet, and you have to bow, and then you just walk to the mat, and it's kind of cool. And then your masters, they put the masters on the wall, and Eddie Bravo, the 10th Planet, you know, the owner, like he's like the number 1. So like some other guys will look at him and just bow. I'm like, oh shit, this is pretty interesting. Like, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's pretty badass, dude.
Fuck it, I'm
Good,
challenging.
dude. Yeah, as long as you're fucking doing something to get your mind off of it, you know what I mean? But,
You're sleepy, huh?
yeah, I had a fucking long night last night. It was my friend's birthday. Shout out to her. Woo! It's your birthday. And I was good.
Dude, we saw the Joker
Yeah?
last Friday, and it was pretty great.
I heard it was badass.
It was great. It was great. It was. It was dark.
So Caesar gives it how many thumbs up? 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. I give it a 10. No complaints. Great movie. I know people have different, probably, opinions, but that's them. But yes, we saw the Joker movie. I loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's the greatest movie of all time. No, it's just it was perfect the way it is, and it made a lot of money in 2-3 days. A lot of money, and
Dude, that's like the biggest criminal or the biggest fucking villain in comic books, right?
Probably the most famous, infamous.
Well, that's what I meant. That's what
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. I'm a little fucking off right now. I don't know why.
Probably because the dogs and the cats.
Yeah, I don't
fucking
know.
annoying me. We got to figure something out, dude. We got to get like a studio or something, or maybe.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. Probably.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, we're trying, guys. Fucking apologies.
Yeah,
Sorry.
fuck it. You know, we covered some good topics this week, though. You know, fucking, if you're a wrestling fan, you're gonna love this podcast. Fucking, Sober October failed, except for Wally.
Oh, I'm trying not to drink. Yeah.
Dude, keep that shit up because you know what it's doing to you, and you know.
I don't know if it's doing anything yet. Like, I feel more like
No,
aware.
you know what alcohol is doing to you. Not
Oh,
like
no,
not
yeah.
drinking.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, it sucks to think, because I've heard other people say it, but it sucks to think, like, what if I can't drink ever again? Like, what if, like, not that I can't, but I'm gonna do better if I just don't, like, ever, you know? I don't know.
What do you mean, like you stop and then you decide to
I'm just not
drink
gonna
and then
anymore. Yeah,
you're all like, oh, fucking early and shit?
or back to like, oh, well, I'm gonna drink every day again, or you know what I mean? Be an idiot about it. I don't know. I need to practice more self-control.
That's what this is all about, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, something that we don't have.
Well, no. You guys do. I mean, so do I. Obviously, it's fucking showing me I do, right?
Dude,
Clearly you have
honestly,
more
as soon as
power
you guys
than
told me you smoked, I was so relieved. I was like,
So that's the thing you motherfuckers need to stop, because I could do
know.
some coke right now and I'll be chilling. I'm not gonna be doing coke all the time. Just kidding. All right, we'll be back next week though.
fuck yeah, guys.
Sorry for the interruption. Sorry for the bad, whatever.
They don't care.
Stuff. Yeah, whatever. Fuck you guys.
Nobody
Bye.
cares.
See you next week.
Love you
Stay
guys.
black.